All right, this is going to be a look at Devin Duvernay's two-touchdown day up front. To be honest with you, I'm not going to show any film from today's game because all that's available is the broadcast angle footage. The all-22 end zone angles won't appear on NFL Plus until Monday evening or early Tuesday morning, whatever the case may be. So what I'm going to do, to be honest with you, up front, in case people don't want to watch it, I will have a diagram in here where I talk about the play, and then I'll show one of the exact same plays Duvernay scored his touchdown on, his second touchdown, which was like a deep post or late developing post on a mesh concept. I'll show the exact same play against the Chargers last year. And I can't show the play from today against the Jets, but one of the things Lamar does that makes the play against the Jets different than the one I'm going to show you against the Chargers last year is he was able to slide a little bit left in the pocket and then I think step up and find a little bit more space because it was a four-man rush. But Duvernay, first touchdown, amazing job by Lamar finding the matchup. James Lofton did a great job of talking about saw Ahmad Gardner was on Andrews for that play and was able to take him out of the play, but Lamar probably didn't even look there. He recognized that he had a matchup for Duvernay against Hall, the third corner. I guess he was in the dime look. Look, prior to this year, was Duvernay a gadget guy? I don't know. I don't like that word, but here's Duvernay over here, 2021. Before today, was he only making gadget plays? No. To be honest with you, the title of this video is kind of like tongue in cheek. Like I'm trying to be tricky with a lot of my titles. Like, no, Devin Duvernay made plays before. Now, a contested catch on a 3rd and 5 in week 1 on the road. No, that is a different thing. Obviously, even though again it was beating a corner who some of us identified as a guy who we should target versus this play right here where he's wide open. Granted, having to make a jumping catch, in the back corner of the end zone, try to get both feet down. But he had made plays in the past game before, tough catches before. Here's one. Duvernay, right side. The point man in the Ravens offense, the point man to the right of the tackle, is generally the guy that's going to run the over concept. I made this point in my reaction video a little bit later today, and I think I talked about it in a video I put out Sunday morning too. So what I'm talking about is the guy who is the point man is on the line is the point man, and within 4 or 5 yards of the right tackle, he is generally going to be the guy who runs the over concept now, which is what Duvernay runs in this case. Andrews runs like a little over sit. I can't remember Prochet's route down here at the bottom of the screen, to be honest with you. Get the end zone angle. He's made tough catches before. He just hasn't had a lot of opportunities because we had Andrews, we had Brown, Watkins, Bateman in front of him on the depth chart, to be honest with you. I didn't realize that speed was going to go that fast on this video. But he's made tough catches. This is one that I talked about ad nauseum. Lamar is intentionally throwing this ball low to keep Duvernay protected from this closing safety. It's one of the things that Lamar does very well. He'll intentionally throw the ball to one side. He did that today to Likely on a 3rd down. It was incomplete. Likely was being covered in man underneath. It was around about like the 40-yard line. He threw it low intentionally because it was late in the game. We were up 24-3, and he didn't want something random to happen on a tipped pass or anything. Again, this is going to be the last one I show you from 2021 film before we talk about today's play. Duvernay down here at the bottom. You can see, hopefully, at the bottom of the screen, it's a 3rd down, 3rd and 7. This is against Patrick Surtain. I think he was the number 1 draft pick out of Alabama for the Broncos, and we took him to school in that game, and Duvernay was a part of that. One-on-one out here in space. He's made plays before. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be excited about Duvernay having 2 touchdowns today. Of course we should. I'm incredibly excited. I'm sitting here making a video at 9 o'clock at night on a Sunday night about Duvernay and going to produce a video that I think a lot of people might not even watch because you're still watching the Sunday night game. So I get it. I'm excited. However, Duvernay has made plays before. Now, this is a diagram of today's play. I will briefly show this to you and talk through elements of it. Duvernay is on the right-hand side, so he's got the late developing post. And one of the things, and I actually covered this a little bit Sunday morning in my video about the Ravens' core passing concepts, one of the things that happens is, what did I say earlier? Whoever the point man is the guy who's going to run the over concept. So Andrews in this case was the point man. And by the way, I did look at the film to see this play, so I do have it accurately diagrammed. You have 4 D linemen in the rush, 3 underneath droppers, 2 safeties, and 2 corners. So do the math. I think that's 11 guys. Anyway, Andrews is the point man, and looks like he's going to run the over concept, and then he sits down. So what that causes is the safety to the other side to go ahead and jump it. It's very similar to what the Browns did when they got their 3rd interception, I believe, when the backside safety jumped this exact same route late and picked it off. It looked to me like the safety to that side was trying to do the same thing. Lamar was able to step left in the pocket a little bit, and then I think slide forward just a little bit before he could deliver the football to Duvernay, back here in the corner of the end zone, or the left-hand portion of the end zone, the area where that safety had vacated. Huge play. It was 17-3 at that point, and I believe was 3rd and 10. His first touchdown, this is the second one I'm talking about. His first touchdown was on a 3rd and 5. So Chargers, 2021, mesh. You're going to get Bateman running that right there. I think it's Duvernay's in the slot. He's running the other. So there's the mesh portion, all right? And it's bunch right A-gun, which I talked about in my reaction video earlier. So the running back is on the right. Still, it's the same thing. Same thing in this still here. It's A-gun. I don't know why I put 31 there. I think it was actually, I think it should be 17. I think it was actually Drake. He went out to the right. Same thing, as this play in 2021. Let it run. Lamar finds Andrews on the low, sit in between the hash. Why doesn't he hit Brown over the top? Well, he thinks he doesn't have time, right? But he does actually, he has a clean pocket to throw from. This is the NFL. You're going to have pressure on you, right? But he's got a wide open lane for Andrews. If he were to wait for this safety to jump Andrews, then maybe if he had time, he could hit that over the top. So it's a cool passing concept. It's classic. It's not just a Ravens concept. Like, this is how pretty much everybody runs mesh. You get the running back releasing to one side. As you guys know, the guy who I have said is open oftentimes is the X receiver coming from the side opposite of the running back. But this is how it worked out today, except this safety jumped Andrews. And look, to be honest with you, at this point in the season in 2021 when we played the Chargers, the backside safety wasn't jumping Andrews as much. When we faced the Bengals and other teams, they started to do that. By the time we saw the Browns, the aforementioned pick that Lamar threw, I think it was his 3rd one, the backside safety jumped Andrews, but stayed and waited for Lamar to throw the football. End zone angle, and then we'll go back to that diagram. Look, if you guys don't like the diagrams, like I can't show all 22 film, like it ain't out there, right? It's just not out there right now. But look at everything that's happening. You do get, it looks like to me you probably are barely able to see the running back, but you got all 5 receivers in the screen here, right? Usually on mesh, you're looking at one of these 2 shallow drags. It's usually what you're going to find first. We rarely hit that one, and we didn't hit it today either. Secondarily, you have this low angle sit route in the middle of the field in between the hashes, and there's the safety's feet here and torso. You can see in some cases teams have been jumping it, like I talked about later in the season in 2021. If we can do stuff like this, and Brown runs a good route here. I like Brown's route, to be honest with you, up here. I don't know what Duvernay's route looked like. I watched it 2 times after the game just to see that I saw it correctly. It was bunch right, A-gun, mesh, okay? It looks like this diagram here. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing you diagrams after Sunday night during the season. If you don't enjoy this at all, just let me know. One thing that's interesting, though, to me about this is just like a lot of teams, and we did the same thing, too, when I coached, to the backside of a 3x1. So here's your 3x1. Your 3 to this side, and your 1 over here to the backside of a 3x1. They just played man. So you see this corner, which I think was DJ Reed. I think he was still in at that point. He ran with Bateman on this. So the other drag to me, now I don't think it happened in the game. The other drag to me would be something that would possibly spring open eventually. I don't know what this guy did right here. I'm quite sure he probably covered up Prochet. But that's how it worked out in the game today. This safety jumped or tried to jump Andrews. Lamar late, didn't extend the play. He just stepped up in the pocket a little bit, threw it to Duvernay, wide open, back corner of the end zone or left-hand third of the end zone. I'm not going to do this every week. I will only do this if people appreciate it, if you enjoy it. Clearly, I'll do a film study on Devin Duvernay. I mean, like 2 touchdowns. The announcers made it a point to say he only had 2 touchdowns receiving all of last year. It's not like Duvernay is going to be a 10, 12 touchdown guy in 2022, but he showed to us today, hey, I can make plays. I'm showing you this film tonight. He made plays last year. He made plays last year when given opportunity. I didn't show you the touchdown catch against the Vikings at home in, I think, week 9, right? You remember that one? The one that he catches behind his back right shoulder, one-handed in the end zone, which was huge. I think it pulled us to within 24-17. I might be wrong. So he can make plays. He's just got to get opportunities. It's a good thing, guys, that Bateman had a quiet day. Andrews had a quiet day. But Duvernay had 2 touchdown catches. Bateman had the big 55-yarder. Obviously, that was huge. But I offer to you that it's a good thing if we have multiple guys who can contribute, as opposed to relying on 1 or 2 guys who provide you the bulk of the production. Really cool, really exciting to see Duvernay with 2 touchdown catches. I really would like to show you the first one. That's probably going to be the first film study I do Monday night or Tuesday morning, depending on where the film comes out, is I want to look at Lamar's helmet, because I believe Lamar avoided Ahmad Gardner because he saw Gardner on Andrews. Not like Andrews can't beat Gardner, but he had gone at Gardner, I think, like 2 or 3 plays earlier, and Gardner had great coverage on Andrews. Andrews very easily could have caught the ball. You know, he's going to win that matchup sometimes. But I think Lamar just looked at it like, okay, I got Hall over there on Duvernay. What we used to say in coaching was check, meaning if we see this, we're going to check to something, and we're going to attack that right now because we think it's advantageous to us. Let me know if you guys appreciate this video. You know, not showing film, being an 11, 12-minute video. You know, forgive me for that, but I'm excited. Hopefully you are too, to see the progress that Devin Duvernay is making, even though, to be honest with you, the title is a little tongue-in-cheek. He had clearly been someone who was capable of making plays before. He just needed the opportunity.